Hello, and welcome to this video tutorial on how to get started using Read and Write, how to use some of the reading features, and how to access and read the e-text files you have requested from the Student Disability Resource Center. Read and Write is a program that has many different types of tools, including reading, writing, study skills, and research tools. It is essentially a floating toolbar that works on top of other programs you are already using. In this video, we're going to be covering the following topics: getting started with Read and Write, including an introduction and explanation of the floating toolbar, how to and the need for checking for updates frequently, getting help with Read and Write's built-in video tutorials, adjusting the voice and appearance settings, reading documents with Read and Write, including Word documents, web pages, and PDF documents, opening and reading e-text files you receive from the Student Disability Resource Center, using the highlighter tools, and using the screenshot reader and scan tools. Finally, we'll discuss the next steps you can take if you would like additional instruction on Read and Write and its many features. In the installation process, Read and Write may or may not have installed a Read and Write icon on your desktop. To start the Read and Write program, select the Read Write shortcut that is on your desktop. If a shortcut to Read and Write is not on your desktop, select Finder from your taskbar, select Applications, and scroll down until you see the Read and Write gold icon. Double-click or double-tap on this Read and Write gold icon. When Read and Write opens, a toolbar will appear on your desktop. Close the Applications window. The toolbar that appears on your screen contains all of the tools available in Read and Write and can be positioned or docked to the top of the screen or left floating on the screen, not docked to the top. To move the toolbar, click anywhere on the toolbar except directly on an icon. Drag and drop the toolbar onto any position on the screen. To dock the toolbar, click anywhere on the toolbar except directly on an icon. Drag the toolbar to the very top of the screen. If you wish to undock the toolbar from its current location, click anywhere on the toolbar except directly on an icon. Drag the toolbar from the top of the screen and reposition the tool as desired. There are 6 toolbars or modes available in Read and Write. Select Mode in the Read and Write menu bar to select the appropriate mode for what you are doing. The 6 modes or toolbars are: Speech Mode. In this mode, only icons associated with speech are displayed on the toolbar. The Reading mode contains only icons associated with reading. On the Writing mode toolbar, only icons associated with writing are displayed. The Study Skills mode toolbar contains icons that are only associated with study skills, while the Research mode toolbar contains icons that are only associated with research. Finally, the User Default mode toolbar contains icons for all the main features of the software. The toolbar icons on the User Default mode toolbar can be customized so that you only see the toolbar icons that you want to see. To customize the icons that are visible on the User Default mode toolbar, first ensure that the User Default mode toolbar is currently being displayed. Go to Mode and select User Default if it is not already selected. With the User Default mode toolbar displayed, go to View and select Customize Toolbar. The Customize Toolbar window will be displayed. To add icons to the toolbar, simply drag icons from the Icons list box up to the toolbar. To delete icons from the toolbar, click and drag icons from the toolbar back down to the Icon list box. To move icons to different locations on the toolbar, click and drag icons from one location on the toolbar to another until you are satisfied with the icons on the toolbar and their particular locations on the toolbar. If you wish to return to the default setting for the User Default mode toolbar, simply click and drag the default set onto the toolbar above. While in the Customize Toolbar window, you can also change the size and look for the toolbar icons. On the Show drop-down menu, select either Icon and Text, Icon Only, or Text Only, depending on your preferences for the appearance of the toolbar icons. Check Use Small Size if you would like smaller icons to appear on the toolbar. Select Done when you're finished customizing the User Default Mode toolbar, and the Customize Toolbar window will close. It is a good idea to check frequently for updates to read and write. TextHelp is continually updating the software, and checking frequently for updates will ensure that you are using the most up-to-date version of the software. To check for updates to read and write, select Read and Write Gold from the menu bar and select Check for Updates. If an update is available, select Yes and follow the prompts on the screen. Read and Write has built-in video tutorials that can assist you with questions you may have. Every tool on the Read and Write toolbar has a short video that explains the tool and provides guidance for using the tool. This is a very helpful feature. If you have questions on what a particular tool does or how to use it, watch the help video for that tool. To access the video tutorials within Read and Write, select Help on the Read and Write Gold menu bar, select Video Tours, and select the particular video tour you are interested in viewing. Please note that you'll need an internet connection to view the video tours. Once you select a video tour, a web browser will open and the video will be displayed from the TextHelp website.
Toolbar. This is Read and Write.
If you are not satisfied with the default voice settings, speed, highlighting, or the pronunciation of certain words, you may make adjustments. Let's take a look at how you can customize some of the appearance and voice settings within Read and Write. To change the voice settings, select the Preferences icon on the far right of the Read and Write toolbar. The icon looks like a couple of tools, a screwdriver and wrench. The Features window will be displayed. Select Speech from the menu along the left side of the Features window. Select Edit Voice Settings, and the Text-to-Speech tab will open in the Dictation and Speech window. From here, you can select different voices and adjust the speed or speaking rate. When you have made the selections you desire, select the play button to hear the new voice settings. Continue adjusting the settings as desired. When satisfied with the voice and speed settings, close the Dictation and Speech window.
Hello, I'm TextHelp Jane US. Hello, I'm TextHelp Jane US.
Most people recognize me by my voice. Most people recognize me by my voice.
When listening to Read and Write read text aloud, you may encounter words that are mispronounced. You have the ability to adjust the way Read and Write pronounces words. An example is the way Read and Write pronounces the acronym HSU. Read and Write will pronounce HSU as Sue. If you'd rather hear HSU instead of Sue, you can tell Read and Write how to pronounce HSU correctly. To adjust the pronunciation of certain words, do the following. Select the Preferences icon on the toolbar, the icon on the far right of the Read and Write toolbar. The Features window will open and select Speech. Select the plus sign below the Pronunciations box. Enter the mispronounced word under Spelling in the Pronunciations box, in this example, HSU. Press Tab. Enter the phonetic pronunciation of the word under Pronunciation in the Pronunciations box, in this example, HSU. Select Listen to select a pronunciation to verify that the pronunciation is correct. Adjust as necessary. When finished, select Close.
HSU.
When Read and Write reads text out loud, it will highlight the words as it reads. If the colors used is not to your liking, you can adjust the settings. To adjust the speech highlighting settings, select the Preferences icon on the far right of the Read and Write toolbar. The Features window will be displayed. and select Appearance. Select the Speech Foreground Color button to select the desired color from the color palette that you would like for the color of the box that surrounds the current word as it is being read out loud. Select the Speech Background Color button to select the desired color from the color palette that you would like for the background color of the current sentence that is being read out loud. Continue to adjust the color settings until satisfied. When finished, select Close. If you'd like to return to the default settings, select the Restore to Default button to erase all color highlighting changes you have made and return to the default color settings. Read and Write integrates with other programs you use, such as Microsoft Word, Internet browsers, and Adobe Acrobat. Read and Write can read text out loud from these programs. Before reading text out loud, you'll want to ensure that your sound is enabled and the volume is not muted. Depending on the environment in which you are in, you may also wish to use headphones. To read text in a Microsoft Word document, open the Word document. Select or put the cursor where you would like Read and Write to begin reading out loud, and select the play icon on the toolbar. Read and Write will begin reading the text out loud. Select the pause and stop icons from the toolbar as necessary.
Introduction. Read and Write is designed to provide tools to assist with reading, writing, studying, and research tasks. It can read text aloud and help construct words and sentences. It also has many other features including advanced spell checking, document scanning, and internet tools. Read and Write is a floating toolbar that integrates with the programs you are already using such as Microsoft Word, Firefox, Safari, Adobe Acrobat, Google Docs, etc. This guide will introduce you to the basics of getting started with Read and Write, including starting the Read and Write program, understanding the toolbar, and setting the display options for the toolbar. Starting Read and Positioning the toolbar. The toolbar is a floating toolbar that can be positioned anywhere on the screen. It can also be docked to the top of the screen if desired. Moving the tool.
Read and Write can also read web pages in Safari, Firefox, and Chrome. To read text aloud from web pages, open your favorite browser. Depending on the browser selected, you may need to install a plugin to enable Read and Write to be able to read from the browser. If prompted to install a plugin, follow the instructions on your screen. Note that after installing a plugin, you may need to restart your browser. There are two different ways you can read web pages. You can have web pages read automatically when you hover over text, or you can select text from the web page that you would like read aloud. The automatic reading setting may be handy, but if you move your cursor around the web page, Read and Write will stop reading what it is currently reading and begin reading where your cursor is. This may or may not be distracting to you. To have web pages read automatically when you hover your cursor over text, select the Preferences icon on the toolbar. The Features window will be displayed, and select Speech. Select Read the Web checkbox to turn it on. Deselect or uncheck the box to turn off this feature. Select Close. If you have Read the Web set to On, once you have a web page open, you can hover your mouse over an area of text and Read and Write will begin to read it out loud. Please note that you may need to click once inside the web page for this feature to work.
Humboldt State University is a place for students with a spirit of adventure and a passion for making a difference in the world. At Humboldt, you'll explore new ideas while learning more about yourself. Your professors will know you by name and your education will go beyond the classroom with original research and real-world projects. You'll be part of a campus known for its long-standing commitment to social and environmental responsibility. And when you graduate, you'll have more than just a degree. You'll have the skills to go far in life and make your community. Life at Humboldt State. is a little something like this as captured by our campus photographer and members of our campus community. Help tell the story. Share what's great about HSU using number Humboldt State on Twitter and Instagram for a chance to get your own pictures and posts featured on Humboldt.edu. See recent post. Home. Welcome to the Student Disability Resource Center, SDRC, at Humboldt State University. We welcome the opportunity to provide you with additional and more specific information in support of your academic success. In the following pages you will find information regarding services policies and other important information. Announcements. Best of You group is back for fall 2016. The Best of You group begins Friday, August 20th. Policies and procedures. It is the policy of Humboldt State University to provide equal access and reasonable accommodation for individuals with disabilities to participate in any program, service, or opportunity by the campus, including access to the content and services of the World Wide Web pages authored by the university. Requests for accommodation in pursuit of students' academic programs should be made to the Student Disability Resource Center. Additional
The Read the Web option is an option that you can turn on and turn off as desired. So if there are times when you would prefer that the web pages not automatically read when your cursor is hovering over text, you can turn the Read the Web setting off. To turn off the Read the Web setting, select the Preferences icon on the toolbar. The Features window will be displayed, and select Speech. Deselect or uncheck the checkbox for Read the Web. Select Close. If you have Read the Web set to off, you can still have Read and Write read text aloud from web pages. To read text out loud with Read the Web set to off, open a web page and select the text you would like Read and Write to read out loud. Select the play icon from the toolbar and use the pause and stop icons on the toolbar as necessary.
Humboldt State University is a place for students with a spirit of adventure and a passion for making a difference in the world. At Humboldt, you'll explore new ideas while learning more about yourself. Your professors will know you by name, and your education will go beyond the classroom with original research and real-world projects. You'll be part of a campus known for its long-standing commitment to social and environmental responsibility. And when you graduate, you'll have more than just a degree. You'll have the skills to go far in life and make your communities better. Why Humboldt? Life at Humboldt State is a little something like this as captured by our campus photographer and members of our campus community. Help Welcome to the Student Disability Resource Center, SDRC, at Humboldt State University. We welcome the opportunity to provide you with additional and more specific information in support of your academic success. In the following pages you will find information regarding services policies and other important information. It is the policy of Humboldt State University to provide equal access and reasonable accommodation for individuals with disabilities to participate in any program, service, or opportunity by the campus, including access to the content and services of the World Wide Web pages authored by the university. Requests for accommodation in pursuit of students' academic programs should be made to the Student Disability Resource Center.
Read and Write can also read text aloud from PDF files. To read a PDF document, you must first save the PDF file to your computer. That is, you cannot read a PDF document that opens within a browser. To read a PDF document, select the PDF icon from the Read and Write toolbar. The open dialog box will be displayed. Navigate to the location of the PDF file that you would like to read and select Open. When the PDF opens, you will see an icon, the Click to Speak icon. It looks like a finger with a green or red dot above it. This is the Click to Speak icon and toggles the feature on and off. When this tool is on, the dot is green, and when the tool is off, the dot is red. The Click to Speak tool, when activated, will allow you to click somewhere specific in the PDF document, and Read and Write will begin reading out loud from that point. If you choose not to activate the Click to Speak tool, you will need to highlight text, then select the play, stop, and pause icons to control reading.
It is the policy of Humboldt State University, HSU, or the university to provide equal access and reasonable accommodation for individuals with disabilities to participate in any program, service, or opportunity provided by the campus. In accordance with Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, the law distinguishes between a service dog and a therapy or emotional support animal. A service dog is an animal with a good temperament and disposition, has reliable, predictable behavior, and is selected and trained to accompany people with disabilities. The dog may be incorporated as an integral part. It is the policy of Humboldt State University, HSU, or the university to provide equal access and reasonable accommodation for individuals with disabilities to participate in any program, service, or opportunity provided by the campus, and to comply with applicable law related to service dogs. The law distinguishes between a service dog and a therapy or emotional support animal. A service dog is an animal with a good temperament and disposition, has reliable, predictable behavior, and is selected and trained to accompany people with disabilities. The dog may be incorporated.
The e-text files you requested from the Student Disability Resource Center will more than likely be PDF files. The files will be uploaded to Moodle, where you will be able to download them and read them with Read and Write. You will use the steps we just covered to read the PDF files provided to you. Remember, you will need to download the PDF files from Moodle before you can open them and read and write. To download the files from Moodle, you will first need to log into Moodle by logging into your My Humboldt. To log into your My Humboldt, go to http://www.humboldt.edu, enter your HSU username and password if requested, and select the Login button. Once logged into My Humboldt, select the Moodle button that is located in the upper right corner of the My Humboldt portal page. The e-text files you have requested have been or will be uploaded to a course that was created specifically for you. This course should be listed under My Courses on the Moodle page. My Moodle page looks different than yours does, so unfortunately I cannot show you what this part looks like. Navigate to the book and chapter file that you would like to download to read with Read and Write. Select the file by clicking on the link. Depending on the browser selected, download behavior may be different. You may be prompted to save the file, or the file may be downloaded automatically to a Downloads folder. Select the radio button, Save File if prompted, and select OK. Save the file to your hard drive or flash drive, but make a note of where the file is being saved so you can find it later. Open Read and Write if it is not already open. Select the PDF icon from the Read and Write toolbar. Navigate to the location where you save the file or where your internet browser automatically saved the downloaded file. The file should now be open. Activate or deactivate Click to Speak according to your preference and have Read and Write read the PDF document out loud.
It has often been said that one of the most important decisions to be made at the beginning of any project is to figure out where to begin, and the best way to start is to determine what you know, what you don't know. In this chapter and in Chapter 3, you will find information about two key components of restoration plans and the black right pointing pointer 2.1, the conceptual community ecosystem model. A conceptual community ecosystem model is a description of the composition, structure, functions, interactions, and dynamics of the restoration target.
Read and Write provides study skills highlighters that you can use to highlight words or sections of text, such as main ideas, supporting details, and vocabulary words. You can highlight from any Microsoft Word document, web page, PDF file, when opening the PDF file from within Read and Write, or a Google Docs document. Highlighted text can be exported to Microsoft Word to create study guides or outlines. I will demonstrate highlighting in a Word and a PDF document. To access the Study Skills highlighters, you can either customize your user default toolbar or select the Study Skills toolbar. To select the Study Skills toolbar, select Mode from the Read and Write menu bar and select Study Skills. The toolbar will change to include just those icons associated with the Study Skills highlighting features. To use the highlighters in Word, open the Word document that you would like to study and select the text that you would like to highlight. Select the desired highlight color. Highlight green, highlight pink, highlight yellow, or highlight blue icon. You may want to have a highlighting strategy. For example, you may want to highlight all key terms in green, key concepts in yellow, questions in blue, etc. Your strategies will vary depending on your preferences. Continue selecting and highlighting text until you have highlighted all of the information you desire. When you are finished highlighting items, select the Collect Highlights icon from the toolbar, and the Collect Highlights window will open. Select by checking or deselect by unchecking the colors that you would like to collect. Adjust the Collect Highlight settings as desired. Select New Line from the Separate Items by drop-down list. This will place each highlighted item on its own line. Select New Line from the Separate Colors by drop-down list. This will ensure that there's a space between the different colors. Select the Collect button. Read and Write collects the highlighted text from the document and inserts them into a new Microsoft Word document. Save the Word document if you would like to reference it later. When using the highlighter tools while reading PDF documents, you will need to turn off the Click to Speak tool. Ensure there is a red dot to the right of the finger. Continue selecting and highlighting text until you have highlighted all the information you desire. When finished, collect the highlights using the Collect Highlights icon and review and adjust the settings in the Collect Highlights dialog box as desired. Remember to save the resulting Word document if you'll need it for future reference. To clear the highlights from a document, I'm going to go back to the Word document that I highlighted earlier. Select the Clear Highlights icon. All highlights should be gone from your document. Note that you may need to select all of the text in the Word document before clearing the highlights. A quick way to select all the text in a Word document is to press Command+A. Once all the text in the document is selected, select the Clear Highlights icon. All highlights should now be gone from your document. In most cases, simply using the play icon on the toolbar or the Read the Web option will enable the text in a document or web page to be read to you. However, there are some programs where the text is inaccessible and cannot be read out loud. For example, inaccessible Flash, locked PDF documents, and text and images may have text that is inaccessible. When you want to have text read in these applications, the screenshot reader may be the tool to use. When you discover some text that is not accessible, is not reading aloud, you can do the following. Select the screenshot reader icon on the toolbar and draw a box around the text you would like to have read out loud. The screen analyzer will process the image and the text will appear in the text reader window. The text will automatically be read aloud. To reread the text, select the play button in the bottom right-hand corner of the text box if available. You may or may not need to close the text reader window. I'll demonstrate the screenshot reader with some inaccessible text on the internet.
Humboldt State University, a California State University campus. Humboldt State University, a California State University campus. No. One softball finishes season as national runner UP. For the past 2 weeks, the Humboldt State Athletic Department counted down its top 10 of 2016. The top 10 featured outstanding accomplishments, memorable moments, and historic events of the 2015-16 Lumberjack athletic season. Football picked to repeat as GNAC champion Portland, Oregon. The Great Northwest Athletic Conference announced Monday that Humboldt State football has been picked to repeat as champion by the league coaches in their preseason poll. Football picked to repeat as GNAC champion Portland, Oregon. The Great Northwest Athletic Conference announced Monday that Humboldt State football has been picked to repeat as champion by the league coaches in their preseason poll.
There may be times when your instructors provide you with inaccessible PDF documents. You will know the files are inaccessible because Read and Write will not read the text out loud. You can use the scanning tool to convert these inaccessible files into files that can be read out loud by Read and Write. You can use the scanning tool to scan from a digital camera, a scanner that is hooked up to your computer, or from an image-based file. When converting inaccessible files, you will be scanning from a file. You will need to save the inaccessible file to your hard drive or flash drive before scanning it. To use the Scan tool in Read and Write, select the Scan icon from the toolbar. The Scanning Options window will open. Ensure the Scan from File checkbox is checked. If you do not have a scanner hooked up to your computer, this checkbox should be checked. Select Single Page under Mode. Select the desired scan to file format under Output Options. There are several options of file formats to which to save, including Word, HTML, and PDF. Scanning to Word is recommended if you want to edit the document, and scanning to a PDF file is recommended if you want to simply scan a document and have it read aloud. Scanning to PDF provides a near-picture image of the original document. Select Scan. The Save As window will open. Enter a name for the results of the conversion. Navigate to the area where you would like the conversion results saved and select Save. Now navigate to the area where the inaccessible file is located, the file that you would like converted, and select Open. The multi-page document detected dialog box will open if you are converting a multi-page document. Select the page range you would like converted. The default is to convert all pages in the document, and select Scan. Depending on the length of the document, the scanning or conversion process may take a while. After the Scanning and Process window disappears, the document will open in the program you specified. Select Cancel to close the Scanning Options dialog box. Please note that the Scanning Options dialog box may be hiding behind the document that just opened. Click anywhere on the Read and Write toolbar, but not on a specific icon, so you can see the Scanning Options dialog box. Select Cancel to close this dialog box. The scanned document should now be visible. Use the play, pause, and stop icons to control reading.
Portugal is a small country of moderate fertility. In the 15th century, its population numbered about 1 million, and its chief products and exports consisted of wine, port, and, increasing
This concludes basic instruction for getting started with Read and Write and for reading e-text files provided by the Student Disability Resource Center. A follow-up training appointment has already been set up for you. Our knowledgeable student assistants are eager to answer any questions you may have after watching this video. Please check in at the SDRC reception desk at the time of your appointment. If you feel that this follow-up training is not necessary, please call the Student Disability Resource Center at 707-826-4678 to cancel your appointment. After your follow-up training appointment, if you wish to have further instruction on the use of Read and Write and to learn more about other features and tools available in Read and Write, please make additional appointments with the student assistants. Thank you so much for your time. We hope you found the information in this video valuable.